What is up, everyone? Oh, we got a drum roll tonight. Welcome back to the DJ Life podcast. As always, myself, DJ Rick Webb. We have Erik Massengale, the Waka Flocka of the Flame.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Dude with glasses and
Raiders
featuring Dominick Pirone this evening. What's up?
Yo. AKA break the goddamn fucking internet.
Jesus.
Or was that a little too many verbs on that one?
Little much. Just tone it down. We're professional until about halfway through.
The internet was taken, so I had to put damn in there.
I bet it's more popular than break the internet.
Break the internet sounds cool. Break the damn internet always gets a little, people are like, oh, that's a cool name.
Oh, so for anyone who doesn't know who you are, tell us just a tad, just the spark notes, and then we'll deep dive later.
Yeah, so I've been in the DJ world about 7 years now. I actually started, my brother introduced me to DJing and being a wedding DJ and a private event DJ about 6-7 years ago. I mean, I basically came to Georgia and took, my brother gave me this job because I was broke as fuck, to be honest with you. I just moved back in with my parents. I was like super burned out from corporate life. I was just needing a change, and my brother introduced me to this world. And I was like, totally fascinating to me because it was like, have fun, make a lot of money, and it kind of changed my whole concept of like what work should look like.
Right.
And this is like 30, when I was 30 years old. And I don't know, man. I just like I just fell in love with the art form and all of that. And then I've always been in marketing my whole life. My brother and I, we created a course called the Interactive DJ about 6 years ago. I started promoting it.
Yeah.
Turned out nobody wanted that at all.
Shocker.
0 sales.
You're
Shocker.
serious?
100% serious. Yeah, you can look it up. The Interactive DJ.
Because
guess what? Nobody wants to be an interactive DJ.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you're not wrong. Right.
Yeah, but basically, I had just read Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Work Week, and this is like way before people started selling their knowledge online. And I was like, damn, I want to be an online millionaire. I want to only work 4 hours a week. I'm going to sell my knowledge online. And so I did everything absolutely, totally fucking incorrect. And we started with the interactive DJ, but I don't know if I've ever shared this story before, but are you guys interested in this?
I'm interested. I'm very interested.
Okay. So here's, this is way before all the things, right? DJ's Vault, Crate Hackers, Evolve, etc. But basically what happened was me and my brother poured hours and hours into this course, right? Interactive DJ. And we would go up into his studio apartment. He lived in a studio apartment at the time. We made a backdrop to film our videos. We made a backdrop of sheets draped over a PVC pipe. PVC pipes.
Right. Yeah.
So we had sheets from Walmart draped over a PVC pipe. We had lighting from we had these like fog work lamps that we used for lighting, because this is way back before it's drop boxes and lighting is like affordable.
Yeah, you had the wonderful construction lights that are hot as fuck.
We use those, dude. That's what we use for lighting. We put a sheet of glass in a box with an iPad under it, and that was our teleprompter.
Right. That's a good idea. I mean, that's how they're built.
That's low-key like how a lot of people do it now.
Yeah.
So
it worked better than some teleprompter shit that I bought off Amazon. But we filmed this whole class online, and we would literally have to we could only film for about 5 minutes before we started sweating profusely, because he lived in the studio apartment and the air conditioning, the window unit would start humming, right? And you could hear it in the background of the video, so we had to turn it off while we're filming.
Oh, the come up.
Anyway, so basically we filmed this course, spent days and days on it, put it out there. Absolutely nobody buys it. Zero sales, except for one guy, and I'll always remember this bastard, which actually was the best thing that ever happened to me. Mike's Mobile DJ bought my course for $299 back in 2017. I thought I was going to be a millionaire, right? Online millionaire. Oh my God, I'm selling courses online. Shit, I was making money while asleep, right? He 3 days later emails me and says, I already know all this shit. I already have been doing all this. I want my money back. And this guy, when I tell you, if you looked at his website, I'll have to show you his website later, Eric. You will cry. You will just cry laughing.
Is it because he was so correct? Yeah, I bet it's because he was actually doing everything you put in the interactive DJ course. He's like, I know how to lead the cha-cha slide, motherfucker.
Right.
I've got a fucking bedazzled vest.
I know how to tell a couple's love story.
That's exactly what this guy. If you just envision, that guy. That is the guy who asked for his money back because he knew it all, right? So anyway, from there, that's a long story.
You should have quizzed him. You should have quizzed him.
That was the best thing that ever happened to me because I took a step back and I realized, like, why am I trying to sell something that nobody wants? Mm-hmm. I'm assuming, I'm guessing that I'm putting something out there that actually nobody wanted.
Right.
Right. And so that's when I pivoted into and I did survey, and that's if you guys want to talk a little bit of marketing, we can talk surveys because it's the least sexy thing and the best thing you could possibly do. It's the least sexy, but the coolest thing you could possibly do because I did a survey and I found out from my audience what they actually wanted, and that's when I created the profitable social media marketing for DJs, which then became Book Solid. I built that up to a whopping 30 members, invited Joe Bunn into Book Solid, and that's when we started the DJ's Vault. Mm-hmm. But had that guy not asked for his fucking money back, Book Solid wouldn't have happened, and I would never invited probably Joe Bunn into my group. And it's kind of mind-boggling to even think about that.
I know. It's crazy how the building blocks, looking back, it's like the perfect scenario. Like whether it could have been better, it could have been worse, but like whatever did happen, it's just crazy what winds up playing out like to get to where you're at. Because by the way, guys, if you've ever seen a ad for DJ Relevant anything, that's Dom. Like back in the day when your Facebook, your Instagram, you didn't see DJ ads, well, that's because Dom didn't do them yet. Well, now you see Joe Bunn all the time, everything you've ever seen, and you're like, Aaron, unsubscribe, and they're like, good luck.
Because then we'll hit you from if you unsubscribe from DJ's Vault ads, then you'll start seeing Crate Hackers ads and then Evolve DJs ads, and then
it's a process.
So that's the story of how I teamed up with Joe to create the DJ's Vault, and then from there we obviously created Crate Hackers and then Evolve. But yeah, man, it's been quite the awesome journey. And yes, I do ads for all those things. Mainly Crate Hackers. I mean, but that's fun,
Where the fuck did the ad thing even come from for you? Like you said, you were we'll say you were a loser at one point. I don't even know what the fuck you said you were doing, but nothing. And then you were a DJ, which is doing nothing. So you've done your entire story. You've done nothing. So at what point did you become a marketing expert?
Specifically for DJs.
I've been in marketing my whole life. So I've always been in the marketing, in the marketing department in any company that I worked at. I was the marketing guy. I worked for a chiropractor. I was the marketing guy. I worked for a nutritionist. I was the marketing guy.
Okay.
Did you go to school for it?
No.
Okay.
Self-taught?
Self-taught. Self-taught. Yeah. Yeah. And I worked for nonprofits in my 20s. I was the marketing guy. Like I was just always the gung-ho guy going out there. But I think why I gravitated towards ads is because I am very much, and this is something I want to talk about because I'm on this kick right now.
Kick it.
I want to put it out here for you guys. Actually, it's a book that you guys should all read. 10x is easier than 2x.
Okay.
10x is easier than 2x. It's a book by Dan Sullivan and Benjamin Hardy. But basically, I used to be the guy that would go out and do events, right? Live events on the weekends to like sign people up for the chiropractic office. And we used to do dinners and all these things. And all of that was very effective. And there's a time and a place for that. But ads allows me to be very creative and do the minimal amount of work for the most amount of return,
right?
Especially in our digital world, right? Like I can't possibly do a dinner for 10,000 DJs, right, to sign them up for Crate Hackers. That's not scalable. So ads is one of those things where if I do one good ad and I can push that out to potentially millions of people, and I can actually, like stats wise, like Crate Hackers ads have been seen by millions of DJs, which is actually mind boggling to think. Right. But it's just that thing. And I'm also very bad at social media. I'm like very awkward. I don't know what to post on Instagram. I don't really know what to post on Facebook.
Yeah.
But goddamn if I could write an ad.
Yeah. It's weird because it's funny you say that. Because obviously we're friends on all the shit. I don't ever see your posts. I see your ads every goddamn second though.
I'm actually trying to be better about it. I just it just doesn't come naturally to me, honestly. I don't it's the weirdest thing.
I mean, you did a random story the other day that cracked me up. So
I did. I'm trying to be better, honestly, because I think there is a time and a place for not ads, right? And I want to be better about that because ads can get annoying. But I found this interesting formula where if you make them funny and you make it interesting and you make it, related to people's pain, they're not going to mind watching ads, right? We all know ads gets a very bad reputation. We've seen a lot of, you guys know, we get, and probably some of our ads have annoyed you, right? But that's why I'm always like, Joe, we got to do funny stuff. We got to do humorous stuff that's relatable because people aren't going to they're not going to hate seeing them, right? Think about Super Bowl ads. People can't wait to watch the funny ads on the Super Bowl, right? Because they're actually entertaining.
Yeah. I would say maybe if you just switched the actor, it's always Joe Bunn is your actor.
Yeah, and
if I see Joe Bunn, I already know what's coming, and I'm sure everyone could sing that tune,
100%.
Even though it's a brand new ad and he's dressed this way or that way. Anyways, yeah.
I gotta say the current ad that's got me cracking up is Joe Bunn dating his hard drive. Like on a date on the blanket, everything. That one's got me. You haven't seen that one yet?
I haven't seen that one.
He's out on a picnic and he's caressing the hard drive,
like a Jared engagement ad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
At least it's fun too. That's just fun.
Hacks. If you guys want to make some fun ads, creatively, go onto Fiverr, find a voice actor, and just start going through their videos, and you can get some really cool ideas for fun voiceover actor. We hired a proper voice actor for that ad, and I got the idea from looking through his videos.
Wasn't that Tony?
An ad for a engagement ring company, right? So I was like, ooh, I know what I could do with this.
That's funny. That's super funny.
Yeah. So that's funny that you bring that up, Eric, because that's kind of okay, let's go back to this concept. 10x is easier than 2x, right? If we keep using Joe in our ads, that's going to be we will 2x by doing that, but we will not 10x. And so now the next big project for us is to recruit people. We've done some stuff with Justin the DJ. We've done some stuff with Low Stacks. We've done some stuff with obviously Aaron. I want to do some ads with Glenn. I want to do ads with lots of different personality types.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because yes, as soon as I see Joe's stuff too,
I mean, I'm not, obviously no offense to Joe, but
no.
you know what I mean? It's just always Joe,
100%. Absolutely.
And I know he's having a blast just recording stupid videos and shit. That's when you guys went to Vegas.
He's amazing at it. He really is. But one of the things that we're trying to do, and this is a 10x for Crate Hackers, how do we get Crate Hackers into Latin America? Giant continent. I have not shown one ad in Latin America, right? Because we don't have crates for Brazilians, right? We don't have crates for Brazilians yet. We don't have crates for people from Paraguay. I don't know what the fuck they're listening to, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be the next project is how do we find the Joe Bunn of that area, team up with them, and push it out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And you can kind of see that with Mr. Beast. I love following Mr. Beast because he's a pure marketing genius.
Same.
But what he's doing right now to reach these different continents is translating his videos, first of all. And then what I think he'll do in the future is find personalities that can kind of be the Mr. Beast of India, for example. But what he's doing right now is just translating his videos so that they actually communicate to Russian people,
he's fucking
African
insane.
people, etc., etc.
He's fucking insane. Like
crazy.
he talks about the story about how I can't remember what the percentage is, but when he found out that like the amount of people in the world that actually speak English was like, I don't know, like 10% or something like that. He was like, well, fuck, we need to create all these channels and translate to everything. And now he's got like literally every fucking language. He's got a dub over channel of every single language.
Yeah.
Which is
bonkers.
insane.
That dude's he's a big thinker for sure.
He's only like an hour and a half from us too.
Really?
Yeah. He's just over ECU campus.
What?
Yeah, the ECU campus.
Shit.
That's where he's right off of the ECU campus.
That's crazy. I only heard of Mr. Beast for the first time like a month ago.
Fun story. So
seriously,
I'm not like up on social media like
YouTuber.
that. Yeah,
fun side story. So the guy I pair with, Aaron Granger, whatever his last name is, over in Raleigh, he's who I rent all of our bigger sound systems off of with the VRX sound systems to go do proms and stuff.
Yeah.
All of his speakers have been on many Mr. Beast sets. Like he's rented them out to bigger production companies that needed the sound to go do Mr. Beast sets. So literally whenever we do a prom with his speakers, they've been on a Mr. Beast set, which is fucking insane. They were on the what's the big video he did? My mind is elapsing.
Squid Game?
Squid Game, yes. They were on that set for the sand.
You got to watch a Squid Game video, Eric.
Is it? What do you mean Squid? Like the show?
Do you know the show Squid Games? Yeah. So he spent millions of dollars and paid like Hollywood people to come in, and he recreated it in real life. Dude, and that video blew up. Like every YouTube analytic period set the record for every single thing.
He also made an entire Willy Wonka chocolate factory and gave it away to the.
And then gave it away, like legit with waterfalls and everything. Like yes.
Okay, I've never seen any of that.
He's a marketing legend, and you should we should all study him constantly to see what he's.
So isn't he super young?
Like he will be president someday, 100%, because of. Pure of how like such a good guy he is, first of all, but also he's a master of like attention.
I have seen that, like, he like met some whatever and gave her a car, like some struggling waitress, and like in the comments is like,
his whole channel is built on giving away practically.
Yeah, but like
that's what he does for shorts now too. Like that's what he does just to like. I'm gonna make a reel today, right? I'm gonna go give away $1,000 to somebody in Walmart, or I'm gonna find somebody and ask them, "Hey, do you want to fly to Spain?" And
those are funny.
Those are cool.
That's so.
That's
crazy.
what he does just for short form content, which is mind boggling.
Like it's like go buy me a baguette in fucking I don't even know what country that is, but he's literally like, will you fly to France right now and get Mr. Beast a baguette and bring it back to him? And like literally, they just follow them and they pay for them to fly all the way over there just for one day. They go to and then they fly back and they hand him and he's like, "Oh, thanks."
Yeah, because it takes him. His videos are so crazy now. He was talking about this. Like it takes them so long to make these videos, like at least a month or 2 months or 3 months. And so, what do you do in between then, right? So now he's doing these short. Anyway, but.
Side story.
But it's interesting to see what he does because, like, for that Squid Game video, the genius. First of all, this is something that we're talk a lot about in the internet marketing world. Dramatic demonstrations really bring attention to something that you're doing. So if you ever want to like create some hype in your city or for your wedding business or your DJ business, figure out some cool kind of dramatic demonstration, right? Like.
Like cutting the top off a car.
That's dramatic.
Yeah, like cutting the top off a car
and putting a DJ booth in the back.
Driving through a parade.
Yes, absolutely. Right. But I actually have another brilliant. I got this idea from a friend. If you want to chat marketing stuff, so I used to teach people about like how to do ads and stuff for your wedding business. And all of that is good. But if you look at the true 80-20 of like where leads come from, it's almost always going to be referral sources. Let's just be honest, right? Venues and wedding planners and photographers even, right? So I think, honestly, if I was to go back and just teach people what to do, once you're at a certain level, my friend is doing this. I'm not going to mention his name because he's a genius. Simon. Simon. Anyway, let's call him Simon.
Well, it's because it's his name, clearly. Let's just call him Simon because I just thought of it.
I got this idea.
Simon Says. His name's Simon Says. Let's go with that.
He's a DJ in Atlanta. This dude bought a boat, and guess what he does with the boat?
Sales.
He invites all the fucking wedding planners, all the venue owners, all the people that he meets at NACE, WIPA, etc. He invites them motherfuckers on the boat.
I saw Nate and Glenn started doing that this summer.
Dude.
They're doing the exact same thing.
Genius. Genius. We should all get a boat.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to buy a boat, right? They have these boat clubs. You could just rent a boat for the summer months. And if you just start inviting your, wedding planners and venue owners and shit.
Just so they like you.
You're going to fucking get leads, bro.
Right. Yeah. No shit.
Oh, yeah.
For real. Huh.
That's kind of but that's an example of what I'm saying. Like doing that is easier than sitting on Instagram, fucking around, getting distracted. Okay, what am I going to post today, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to post this.
You're also in with everyone else at that point, like everyone posts on Instagram. Everyone's good at Instagram,
Yeah,
how many
AI
fucking seminars have you seen on how to be good at Instagram? Like, oh my God. I'm no offense to those people, because honestly, I'm not personally, but everyone and their mom has done that seminar at one of these DJ conventions,
Exactly. Yeah, I would literally, like, if I was doing a seminar today for the wedding DJs, it would just be like, go rent a boat. Okay.
Yeah. It's like, I'm on a boat. That's it. And you're just like, peace.
Right? Or it doesn't have to be that creative.
And they're like, this dude sucks.
It's just a creative way to wine and dine. Instead of like being like, hey, you want to go out to lunch? It's like, hey, you want to come hang out on Sunday on my boat? You can bring your kids. Like, let's go have some fun.
You need a big ass boat.
It's like 100%.
Yeah.
You could also, like, you don't even have to do the boat route, right? Brian B, I know he does dinners for wedding planners, right? He does these, like, he puts together like a proper dinner and like a show and like wines and dines them, right? But it's networking, right? Which at the end of the day, get two good wedding planners or venue owners on your side. I mean, you're going to be raking it in, right? You could also think of that dramatic demonstration concept that I was talking about earlier. You could do some rager, right? Like you guys know who Jordan Kahn is, the live band guy that's got like he's got like the biggest or one of the biggest live band companies in the US.
I don't
What's
know
the
him.
name of the company?
I mean, this dude think of the most successful people in the wedding DJ space. As far as I understand, Jordan. 10x of this.
Is he Allure Music or whatever?
Jordan Kahn Orchestra.
Jordan Kahn. I haven't heard that one. No.
He rolls in the luxury event wedding space, right? So he goes to the Engage conferences, which again, this is another example of a 10x, right? Instead of, you could do 2x, which is go to all the wedding shows in your area. Or if you want to do luxury events, I would just say, go, save some money together, go to Engage, right? Pony up the money, try to make those connections, and then that could elevate you to the next level.
Right, and then invite those motherfuckers somewhere. Yep. Exactly. Or just do whatever. Yeah, because they probably live all over the world and that'd be hard. But yes,
pay for their flights to come somewhere.
Perfect. How extravagant. Just like just get them to a party and just get them so fucked up they're like I always will remember that night. Yeah, just know it's like Everclear Xanax party juice.
Just drop some fucking like trackers in their arms and shit,
falling out. Yeah, and then get dirt on them and be like, I'll tell people unless you
take pictures of them while they're drunk.
Right, exactly.
Right. But I mean, both of you guys are perfect examples of, doing 10x actions, right? Like Rick's got his YouTube channel, he's doing his thing. Erik, you're opening multiple offices in multiple states. Like that's cool.
I actually
that's awesome.
We got on here and my light bulb went off. I need to talk to you about our Both Lighting USA company.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we could use some ads.
My boy doesn't do that. I'll cut you off there. My boy. Oh, do you? So I know you do ads, but it's what did you say?
I'll do it, but it's very expensive.
Yeah.
This business has.
You're gonna be coughing up part ownership from a homie here. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I mean, he might be interested.
I don't do anything
business.
unless I get ownership these days.
Hey, that's fair. Like once you're at a point,
well,
it's not.
Well. Yeah, I mean, people still reach out to me and like DJs, right? And hey, do you run ads for DJs? And I don't do. First of all, I don't have the brain for an agency. Like, I just don't. I can't. It gives me anxiety, to be honest with you. And because I also had a realization, like, why not just put together your own marketing agency for your own shit? So I personally think everyone who's a business owner should learn how to be their own marketing agency. Because first of all, lots of agencies out there are garbage. Like,
agree.
I've been rolling with these, like, we invested in this Russell Brunson Inner Circle program, $50,000 a year to be a part of this program. We ponied it up.
That explains why you're at all of his damn events.
Exactly. Yes. And at the end of the day, it's a mastermind, right? For the top internet marketers on the planet. And even they have trouble finding agencies, right? These people who are super connected.
Right.
So I just kind of realized, like, I should just be my own agency for my own things. Create Hackers, Evolve, etc. But anyway, we could, Rick, I'd be happy to talk and, like, point you in the right direction or just kind of see what you're trying to do.
We can chit chat. This business is getting up there. So
it's getting good. Okay.
Yeah. You seen some, what are they called?
We're doing business on the podcast.
Tubes. So they came out with fake labs first, and now the Astera tubes.
Well, we took the whole company. We were doing invoicing and just back end shit, and then we launched a website, and our numbers are roughly 10x what they were before the website. And now we're in a position with we're about to launch tubes, and we got programs on there now, and
I wouldn't be wasting my time DJing.
Let's just say if
that's for fucking sure. When I see you DJing, Dom, I'm like, what are you doing?
No, seriously,
stop that.
When it comes to a business perspective,
we can chat about that. So I'm only doing 10 weddings this year.
Yeah. There you go.
I still like to DJ because, first of all, I do love it. It's fun for me. You know, there's not too many things that can give you a high like that.
You're allowed
it's
to
an
DJ
adrenaline
for
rush.
Fun. I DJ for fun.
Rush. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Like I always love DJing. I'll never DJ in front of other DJs. Never in a million
That's
years.
not.
Yeah,
that's different.
That's not fun.
That's not fun. I agree.
It keeps me connected to what's happening with DJs, and this is why I think I'm a successful advertiser and in the DJ space, is because I understand DJs. I go through those struggles of Serato Face. I mean, Crate Hackers is literally built for Dominick because I'm still disorganized to this day. You know, I still get Serato Face. I still need help with crates, right? And so there's a lot of people out there like me, you know. And so this is good. Like this is why I can get in that psyche and understand their pains, their dreams, their desires, right? And really communicate with people. But that's why I like to keep a foot, you know.
So what you say, you like to DJ for fun. So why not just only DJ for fun? Why not? Why do you have to get paid? You know, like a wedding.
So weddings are fun for me. I'm
are you talking about like your emo nights?
Yeah.
Like Eric does emo nights.
Like I've you know, I know you guys have done clubs and stuff or still do, right?
I know.
But that gives me some anxiety. I don't know. I'm a 37-year-old man. Like I know when it's my time and when it's not my time.
I literally, so twice a year now, I go DJ an emo night, and it's after this festival, right? I have a buddy. He books a lot of metal bands. He owns a company called Crank It Loud, which books. He actually lives in Atlanta, but they book.
I think I've heard
like all the metal shows you hear of. They're the ones behind them, and they throw a festival every year and twice a year, and it's really big. You know, they'll get like Between the Buried and Me and like these big time. Exactly, it's like dudes you've heard of. You know,
I've seen those guys. They're amazing. Me and Eric are we go deep on metal.
Yeah, but anyways, so there's an after party always at a local bar, and it's an emo night, right? And I'll DJ it. I don't even want money. It's just a rager. It's fucking guaranteed to be shoulder to shoulder, and I can play any fucking thing I fucking want. And I'm not even mixing the songs. I'm just volume slamming emo songs together, you know, but I'm playing Under Oath and Norma Jean and you know what I mean? And but every single person there is like down, you know what I mean? And screaming the words and all that stuff. And that is super fun. I would like to do an emo night someday. Super fun.
Yeah. Like I see what ADMC does. I mean, he's got it on lock.
Right. Yeah.
ADMC hosts like an emo night, and then he'll do like a Drake night, and then like a Britney versus Christina. I don't know, Rihanna versus.
I would run out of Drake songs in roughly 4 minutes.
100%, me too.
Yeah, I was like, I know like 2 songs by him, I think.
The emo nights would be fun, but I like that you guys are, creating. Like, I think when you have your DJ passion, you can also sell lighting to DJs. Like, that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah. And it gives you some options, right?
Yep.
Like, even my brother's in that situation too, where he's got like a family, married to this awesome girl Haley with 2 kids, and like, he wants more weekends, right? So now you got to figure out some other things to do.
He's done DJing, right?
No, he's still DJing.
Oh, okay.
No, he's DJing a lot.
Oh, okay.
But he wants to get some of these side hustles going so that he doesn't have to do as much.
Right.
Which, but I don't fault anybody for wanting to DJ. Like, that's like one of the best. It's one of the best ways. One of the best careers you could possibly have. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. I mean, even
it's just fun.
Anytime I take on a wedding, because I'm like, this one will be okay. I always wind up being like, ugh, like leading up to it the month before. I'm like, damn it, what was I thinking?
I mean,
dude,
it's
as soon as you roll up to the venue and you see the, oh my god,
just so
there's telltale signs when you come up to a wedding, like on your, you'll have your list of your weddings and then you're looking at the next one, you're like, yeah, it's just not going to be what X and Y were. It's definitely, there's just like the ingredients for this event are not what the ingredients were for this giant rager I just did 2 weeks ago. And you're like, I'm still going to do my best. I'm still going to show out. But you're like,
100%.
You're internally like, man, it could have been this if this and this and this were this way.
Exactly.
And
right.
It sucks,
if you actually put me near the dance floor, you fucking idiot.
Right.
Or
yeah. I mean, well, once I'm going, it's fine, but it's just like leading up to that point. And honestly,
well,
like
you have a style of music that you're into, Eric. I mean, let's be honest.
Well, no, I mean, honestly, I get off on if I'm because all right, so in my free time, I clearly don't listen to Taylor Swift. But if I play a Taylor Swift song and the crowd rips their fucking hair out with excitement, that's just as good.
Love that.
You know what I mean? I'm fine with that's super fun for me.
I'm in the same.
So
boat,
it's not really about what I like. I'm cool with just playing what excites y'all.
Dude, knock on wood, I've had some amazing audiences this past, just this year alone. Last year was great, but yeah, there's what I've been doing to kind of minimize my stress with weddings is getting rid of venues that are high stress, because we're a one-man operation, and there's some venues that are just
everyone's got them.
There's some that are high stress, and for whatever reason they attract, or if they attract not good clients, and I've experienced that at least 2 times. I tell my brother, take me off. Take me off. No.
Yep.
Anybody comes through with that venue? No.
Yep.
I'm not available.
Wedding planners are the same way. Sometimes the wedding planner is just a fucking nightmare every fucking time. Sure. And like, stop contacting me. I don't even want to be on your fucking list. Like, stop.
Take me off.
Yeah. Don't throw me gigs. It's fine. We were talking about this just right before this podcast. This fucking wedding planner hits me up and is like, hey, can you do a 4-hour package on whatever day? It's like a October Saturday for $600. I thought she was talking about a photo booth, right? Because that's so cheap, and that's a little, that's in the ballpark of photo booth pricing. I was like, that's cheap, but sure. She's like, all right, perfect. I'll hit you up with details tomorrow. Hit me up. Was talking about DJ stuff, and I was like, I'm so sorry for my confusion. I thought you were talking about photo booths. I'm sorry, but we can't do that for DJing. And she ripped me a new one, and I was like, she called me unprofessional. I was like, first, it's unprofessional of you to ask for an 80% discount. Fuck off. I mean, it's not 80%, but you know what I mean? Like, to ask for that price is absurd,
Red flag 1,000.
Yeah, I don't
care
to be on your go on Craigslist. No offense to those dudes even, but just don't message me. You saw my prices. Like, that's rude to ask for that.
And then to call you unprofessional is unprofessional of them to not understand the market.
Yeah. Even like wedding planners that are like, I don't know, this past wedding, actually, now that I think about it. Hopefully she's not watching.
Probably not.
Probably not, right? But she was just like, I don't know. She just wasn't happy. Like, I don't like that energy, because if she's not happy, I feel like things could go wrong, and I don't even know why she's unhappy. So then I start to think, like, is it something I did? I don't know.
It's funny.
I'll cross those people off too. Like, I'm at a point where I don't really, I'm happy doing 10
at 10 a year. You can pick and
10,
choose.
15. Yeah,
exactly.
Some dudes can't still at 10 a year because they're not
depends.
where you are.
But also, I think we get scared to reject. Like, this is another key in marketing. You have to reject. Like, push away the people that you do not want to click on your ad, and you need to attract the people that you do want, right? So this is why we do a lot of humorous ads in Crate Hackers, because some people just can't get a fucking joke, don't have a sense of humor. We're actually pushing those people away, right? Those little shitty comments in our on our ads, like, we just ban them. It's great. They're literally raising their hand and saying, I'm an asshole, right? Banned, right? You're never going to be a Crate Hackers member. We don't care that you won't be. We're not going to have to deal with the headaches of answering all your stupid support questions, right?
Yep.
And then we're attracting all these cool people who do have a sense of humor, who can laugh at themselves, right? Like, we've all experienced Serato face. If you can't admit that, you're not our person. So I think wedding DJs need to buck up and just, like, if this venue is giving you stress or this wedding planner is giving you stress, politely ask them to remove you from the list. It will automatically attract more people that are your people, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, not a lot of dudes are in the position to be able to do that. Yeah. At least I don't know. I mean,
get yourself to a point where you can do that.
Right.
Build yourself up.
Get a boat.
And
get a boat. All you got to do is just fucking buy a boat.
boat.
It's a write-off at that point. What the fuck?
It's a write-off, baby.
We're not talking about write-offs today.
And you can go during the week, right? Like, let's say you're a full-time DJ and you have the week free. You can go to the lake on the best fucking days.
Yeah.
Or just Sundays.
Yeah, and if you can't afford the boat, just, like, take out the loan, and then the interest is a write-off too. Like, literally, no matter what you spend, it's a write-off. So
exactly.
Yeah.
The DJ Life podcast is not responsible for any financial advice.
Yeah. But it's true. It is a write-off.
I'm
just saying, technically, now, just because it's a write-off doesn't mean it's a good idea. However.
Now, if you buy the boat, you could put your entertainment company's name on there. And then I think it really makes it a...
That really justifies the write-off better. It does. It's a marketing expense then, right?
I would love to have a boat. I'm just saying that would be pretty sick. Yeah. What if I had a boat? You have a boat?
Well, you could
considering
rent.
it now.
Let's say you're not getting a boat for a bunch of different like for a few months, right? Or renting a boat or buying a boat.
I'm probably not.
Buying a boat is a terrible financial decision most of the time.
Yes.
But hey, you could rent a pontoon boat. And invite a bunch of people.
Yeah, you just invite all your vendor homies in some sketchy ass shitty boat. You're like, let's throw a fucking Rager, and it's like there's no engine. It's like made of metal. It's something you like see at your Christian camp you went to when you were in like middle school.
He's actually the renting of boats is actually pretty easy nowadays.
Easy,
my family and my fiance's family, we're both getting a lake. We're gonna get a lake house together in July when we're not doing shit. And we're looking at like boat rentals and everything. It's actually really fucking easy. They like, bring the boat to you. Like they literally will come, bring it, put it in the water for you, and you just go have fun. And then when you're ready, they come and they actually take care of taking it out of the water, so you're not responsible.
Yeah, I'm not sure about where you live, 100%. Obviously, because I don't live where you live.
This is Lake Norman.
But I was going to say, the closest like big lake that we can do that is Blues Creek or Lake Norman, which Blues is way
I happen
closer.
to know a venue that owns a boat in Blues Creek.
Oh, Blues Creek?
I've been out on it with them.
Huh. Oh.
Surprisingly.
All right. Well, we need to hit them
It's
up.
kind of the same.
We need to throw a party on their boat.
Exactly.
There we go.
That's pulling connects.
I took the
right
dog
there.
out there. She was having a blast, man. It was great.
Come on, man. Who doesn't want to go to a boat party?
I want to go to a boat party right now.
Me too. Let's do it.
Let's drop everything.
Crate Hackers convention on a boat.
Right. We just like leave the podcast rolling. All right, we out.
We don't. Or we do the podcast from the boat.
It's actually funny. They're doing Michael over at Vibo is doing a like sailing boat getaway in Greece this summer.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to go to that?
Yeah, you're not wrong. But I don't know.
I raised my hand.
I don't know how good of an idea
go to
that
Greece.
is.
Dude,
Yeah,
I went to Greece last year for my cousin's wedding. The shit is
I've seen the movie. Big fan.
So
the other thing I was going to say with the boat is you can have, if you have a team of DJs, bring them on the boat.
Showcase.
Bonding experience, a team building experience.
Bonding.
Yeah,
Bonding.
And during the party, showcase them, for real.
But I do have some other 10x ideas that I came up with.
What are some other
Go ahead.
ideas?
Is that okay?
Yeah,
Talk about
please.
some 10x. This is just kind of like if I was starting over, and if
let's go Grant Cardone. Come on.
Let's say you're not at the boat area now.
Okay.
Yeah, Grant Cardone. But I really would suggest everybody read that 10x is easier than 2x because it gives a different spin on Grant Cardone's 10x concept.
Okay.
It actually it starts with the story of Michelangelo. I'll keep this short, I promise. But Michelangelo did a series of 10x's to get, as an artist, right, to become who he was known to be, right? One of the most famous artists of all time who did Statue of David and the Sistine Chapel. But if you read his history, he did all the things that artists were not doing, right? So he actually, to do his first masterpiece, which is like the Hercules of, I don't know. Anyway, read the history up on it. But he actually went and studied cadavers for years and years and years. And the reason he did this under the threat of death. Like if he was caught doing this, he would have been put to death. But he was doing this and studying cadavers because he was studying the muscles and the skin and how everything was connected and this and that. Right? And so that's why he had a very deep understanding of like musculature and why he could do these incredible statues way better than any other artist, right? So he did the Hercules, and then he did this next thing, and then he did this next thing, and then boom, the 10x David, and then the next 10x Sistine. But the whole concept of this book is if you keep doing the same shit that got you to this point right now, it's way harder. It's going to take way more effort. So you might as well just do the 10x thing, which is actually easier.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
In other words, like with Crate Hackers, me and Joe could keep doing ads, creating ads, and I could keep spending more and more money, right? Or I could not do that, and I could find people in different countries who are like Joe Bunn and break open new countries.
I'll tell you.
Does that make sense?
Nobody's like Joe Bunn. We all know Joe. Ain't nobody like Joe Bunn. That's my
but
boy
there
right
are
there.
Yeah, but there's influencers and YouTube personalities and whatever, right?
I was joking.
I'm just showing.
I'm over here side-eyeing the fuck out of him. Like
all right, so Joe Bunn will drink like a fucking 30-ounce blue margarita, right, and jump on an Evolve 50. So there's more to Joe Bunn than these ads.
Right. But here's an example of like what I was kind of racking my brain. Like let's say there's somebody watching this that's like starting out, right? So I would say the first 10x you could possibly do is like make a website and book your first 10 gigs if you're just starting out, right? Getting a website up there is a lot of work, getting enough traction, networking, whatever, right? Then the next 10x, in my opinion, would be get a professional to design your fucking website. For the love of God. If you have a website that you designed yourself, stop it.
Hey, I designed my website
Rick,
myself.
You're going through some...
What?
Rick, were you okay with that little thing I gave?
What?
You were like...
Oh, yeah.
No, I was laughing.
He's laughing. Yeah.
I was laughing.
Oh, yeah. I'm keeping it real. I'm sorry if I
Hey,
offended
just so
you.
you know, I did my own website, so fuck y'all. I just happen to be good at it.
Erik is an exception to the rule. He has an obsessive personality trait where he obsesses over something. So he obsessed over creating the perfect website and like
Yeah, my website
gurued the
fucks
shit
your
out of it.
website up. Just so you know, if you're in my area, fuck your
Eric's
website. I
website
won.
It looks good. I like Eric's website, but I'm going to give you his next 10x.
Okay, let's go. Run it.
Because this is what nobody's doing. They don't have enough pictures and they don't have enough videos on their website to really bring it to life, in my opinion. Right? So being able to really, and this is where I think like with the rise of AI and all these things, it's going to be so easy to build a website, put together amazing copywriting and persuasive language for your website and ads and posts and all this thing. The only thing that I think is going to separate everybody is the human connection. And the only way to do that is with getting your ass on video and telling the story of your brand and how you came to be and why, why do you love DJing and your origin story and right, that type of thing.
So what if I go on the AI and have an AI person be my spokesperson for the company?
You will be able to do that. Yeah, I mean, you can do that right now.
Shortly.
No, you can do it now.
Yeah.
You can literally do it now. You can pay.
That's not going to be better, in my opinion.
It won't be.
I just know. Yeah, I mean, as a marketer, I know, like, people are in the DJ's vault because they connect with Joe's story. People are in Crate Hackers because they connected with Aaron's story, right? We use these stories to, like, connect with people, be vulnerable, right? You guys are familiar with Joe's story, right? He tried to... Every day somebody would ask him, like, when are you going to get a real job? When are you going to get a real job?
Yep.
Tried all these real jobs. I tried being a real estate agent. I tried this. I tried that. I tried doing signs, T-shirts. I hated all that shit. The only thing I'm passionate about is music. And I figured out how to create a profession out of it, right? That's his origin story. And people like that. People that are working these day jobs that they fucking hate, right? Like delivering packages. They can't wait to stop delivering packages and start DJing, right? So that story is powerful. And I think we don't, as business owners, we don't tell, and it's not your life story. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, why are you passionate? Why are you passionate with DJing? And, did you grow up loving music? Did you grow up, like, how did you come to be a wedding DJ who delivers this amazing experience?
I can't remember, you probably know him, but I can't remember the name of the guy, but we were at BizX, it's sponsored by Action Coach in Nashville, and the one dude that did a presentation was the Dr. Y guy. I don't know if you know about him or anything, but he created a tool that helps you discover what your why is. It's like a 10-minute survey you do, and it's got a bunch of tricky questions and everything but it spits out like what your why, how, and what is. So what is your why in life? How do you get your why? And then what do you put into the world because of that? And I had me and my team do it, and it's super powerful for understanding it.
Ooh, so if any of you guys are like wondering, like, what the hell am I talking about? I would suggest reading the book Why by Simon Sinek, which I think is what you're telling me about.
I think that is him, Rick. Honestly.
Simon Sinek? Yeah, Why. Start with Why. It's called Start with Why. I would also read Building a Story Brand by...
That's a good one.
What's his face?
I can't remember. I never know the fucking people.
Yeah. And then there's another, just got to see this guy, Michael Haig is his name. He's actually a consultant for Hollywood. People go to him with scripts and make sure that the story is like proper, because the story is so important in a movie. It will make or break your movie, right? So as an example, he consulted Will Smith with...
Donald Miller.
Karate Kid. I know, rest in peace. Karate Kid. The new Karate Kid movie. He did Hitch. Bunch of different movies. And he consulted and made sure the story is just right so that it actually connects with people.
The story brand is by Donald Miller.
Donald Miller. Love that.
Yeah, and actually I just looked up the guy.
Is it all on Blinkist? Is that what you're on?
Yeah.
So there's
I've already listened to it.
Blinkist.
Do you know about Blinkist?
I do, yeah.
So we've talked about it before on this podcast. For anyone listening, it's an app. It's like $100 a year. It's a little cheaper than that.
It's 80 or something.
Yeah, $100 a year or something, worth every penny. Notes. It will basically give you the audio cliff notes of a book, and it does a pretty fucking good job. It summarizes a book down to about 20 minutes, and
I think it's better than cliff notes. It's because they call it blinks, because they literally capture what are the key blinks is what they call them, which basically what are the key extraction points of this book that you need to know. And then it goes into like a little bit of detail on each one of them, and that's super.
The thing, well, I'm so fucking.
That's a good start, but I'm gonna shit on Blinkist a little bit.
Ooh, let's go.
That's fine. Let's watch it.
Let's go.
I think it's better than nothing for sure, but I just don't see it doesn't replace that emotion. For me, a good book. First of all, is about I'm always looking for that one big idea, and I think a lot of, and also to break some false beliefs that I have about a certain topic, or like, and I just don't. Blinkist didn't do that for me. Cliff Notes, it's cool, but it's like this 10x is easier than 2x book starts with the story of Michelangelo And because that story is in there and I really understand like how he did 10x instead of doing what every other artist did, like it got through to me more. So
it's also kind of like test driving a book though.
I feel that.
You know, like
I'm cool with that.
if you're going to spend 17 hours on an audiobook, if you can't, because I will not read a book. If it's not on audiobook, it's just not an option. But, you know, some books are 15, 20 hours on audiobook. And if I'm going to, I want to test drive that thing first, you know, before
So I agree with that. I just wanted to be, you know, cause a little drama.
Well, fuck you, Dom. So, okay. Yeah.
I want to, so the why I was mentioning, it was actually, I looked it up real quick. It's a Dr. Gary Sanchez. And he's called Dr. Y, and he's got a whole program where you can go online and do his little quiz, and it'll discover what your why, how, and what is, and explains. And it's basically a self-searching thing to understand what it is that and why you do it. And it's scary how like well it describes you in terms of how you interact with people and why you do what you do.
Right.
And
that is ultimately why people are buying your services. But when you just have a website or even a professional website, if you don't bring that thing to life with video, images, story, it's not going to connect, right? Because there's a lot of professional websites out there, if that makes sense. And that's why you see our style of marketing, right? You go to this, you click on this ad, which is a video ad, and then you go to this page with a giant video at the top, right? If you don't have a video at the top, you're losing business, in my opinion.
So
I mean, honestly, I could revamp my website. We've been riding this train for a second with how we've been doing it.
It works. So never change something. Never like get rid of something that's working. I would just say test out. a website with a video at the top. You know, talking about your story, Eric. Like, what's the mission behind your company, or you know, how did all this come to be?
So chat questions now that we're towards the tail end of the podcast. And that's the cool part here.
Fast.
Yeah,
bro. These are so easy to do.
They're so nice.
The Shoot the Shit podcasts are just like
so chill.
It's almost like a conversation I'd have with you just sitting at a coffee shop. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude,
that sounded
so amped up. I literally had talking points. I had notes coming into this.
We truly appreciate that, and that's why we'll re-invite you to another one because you actually came prepared.
We do have guests on multiple times. It's like whatever. It's just a conversation.
Happy to.
We super appreciate anybody that's
out of this.
Yeah, anybody that's super prepared and comes into this with topics is like, okay, you're A-list status on our podcast instantly.
Yeah.
I want to deliver some value, and
So Dom, this is a question for you. What are the most common mistakes you've seen for marketing from DJs, and let's just say in 2023 right now? What are DJs doing wrong when it comes to marketing?
Not using AI.
Really?
Really? In what way?
Yeah. So AI, I don't think AI is going to take over the world, or take everybody's jobs or anything like that. It's going to create a ton of jobs, just the way the internet did, right? Like, think about the internet. Yes, people had to stop whatever they were doing before the internet, but now we have professional video gamers. We have professional video game commentators. Technology only creates more jobs. But you as a business owner need to teach yourself how to use ChatGPT to make your marketing and sales game fucking crazy, right? And there's all these. So I'll just give you just a quick example. Something that I've been doing is I love, obviously, surveys. You should survey your audience to understand how to market to them. You know, please realize that most of us as DJs are men, adult men.
What?
Right?
What? What?
2023. We're done with that.
Yeah. We're mostly men. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, good point.
You can't tell me I am
what I want you to understand, get through your thick noggin, because some of us guys, we don't always get this. Most of the people who are going to hire you are women, either the mother of the bride or the bride herself, right? You do not really understand, like, I'm still trying to understand my girlfriend's psychology. Let's be real here. Women are a different animal, different breed, right? And that's good. But you need to understand their hopes, dreams, desires, failures, any past failures, any fears. You need to understand, what are they worried about? What are they not looking for? What are they looking for? And I guarantee you don't fully understand what they're looking for until you truly survey them and ask them questions. Now, one of the best ways to do this is when you do have your consultation call, is just asking them, how the planning process is going. What's the biggest, stress point right now? I always like to ask that because they always vent to me.
Yep.
And it's interesting what they say, right? They're worried about all these little details and, oh my God, this is overwhelming. And, and I tell them, well, guess what? You're going to show up to your wedding on Saturday and the last thing you're going to worry about is me. We're going to have a fucking great time, right? And so I use that in my marketing because I've asked enough brides and I know they're worried about all these stupid ass details. The last thing they want to worry about is their DJ, right? So I channel that into my marketing. That's an example of how I survey and then channel their language into my sales messaging. But the other really cool thing that you guys could do is go on your Wedding Wire or your Google reviews, find all your, I don't know, 10 reviews, like really good reviews that people have left you. Feed that into ChatGPT. Say, I'm going to give you 10 really good survey results from my past brides and grooms, right? I was just doing this today. Here, I'll just read you the prompts. Here we go. Here are a bunch of our reviews from Wedding Wire about our wedding DJ company called Pirone Entertainment. I'm giving this so you better understand what past brides and grooms loved about us, right? And so then I pasted a bunch of good ones into ChatGPT. And then ChatGPT says, based on the reviews, it seems the biggest thing brides and grooms liked about Pirone Entertainment is the excellent service and the attention to detail. The most important thing seems to be the ability of the DJs to read the crowd and keep everyone on the dance floor, create a fun and lively atmosphere throughout the entire event. In addition, many couples appreciated the thorough planning process and the personalized music selections that catered to their specific tastes and preferences. Now, when's the last time, maybe some Bibo people are in here, but when's the last time you did a post about your planning process, right? Does anybody, okay. Rick Webb, you're a fucking god.
I'm a Vibo user, man. We push Vibo heavy. Every review's got Vibo in it.
That's great. And you should be doing that because they are clearly interested. And I don't think we as DJs always tell them about what it's like working with us.
So fucking heavy, dude. It's like if you're talking about like our ultimate selling propositions, it's like point number 1 or 2. Like on our right. Like, let's drill into like our email funnels and everything. We drill into the fact that like we use this planning software and it's going to make your life easy as fuck.
Dude, that's awesome. Yep. It's a closing tool.
It is such a closing tool. And so many DJs don't realize that.
And it's also a differentiator, right? And it's clearly something that they're very interested in because they have all of these things in their head, all these small details. And as soon as they ease into your Vibo or your your DJ event planner and this planning form is there, oh my God, it's gonna relieve them. But do they even know that you offer that? Right. That's part of the right. So make sure you're telling them about that. Yeah. Because it's clearly important.
That's fun. So that's funny because I was about to ask you if you had Vibe. Like when you said ChatGPT's response, I was like, "Are you on Vibo?" Like because that sounds like a Vibo thing.
No. It's just, reviews are a form of survey feedback, right? It's telling you exactly what was most important to a bride and groom. Their attention to detail, right? Yeah, we know you're a dope DJ, but do you have attention to detail? Like if you go watch Pirone Entertainment's our video on PironeDJs.com, Tommy nails it on the head with that video. He says, I really, make sure I have attention to detail to make sure your wedding night goes off without a hitch. And I cannot tell you how much money that video has made us because it's channeling their language, the things that are truly important to them, right? He's not going on and on about what a fucking awesome DJ he's been. I DJ'd in Vegas and I DJ'd here and I DJ'd there, right? That's something
I use RCF speakers. I use Ape Labs.
So I think ChatGPT is this like powerful tool that all of us are still trying to figure out how to use, right? It's totally freaking awesome.
It is.
Yes. That's really cool.
If you're not using it every day to do something, like
I think you should.
Highly recommend you do. Like
you should because your competition is going to use it. Like as a copywriter or as a advertiser online, it's a very valuable tool for me. Like I can copy and paste loads and loads of survey feedback into it. It'll spit out summaries for me. I can better understand my people and their problems. And then it can start spitting out ads and different variations of ads.
You can give it fucking URLs. You can literally say, go look at this website and summarize X, Y, and Z. Like, it's insane. You can give it multiple websites and like it gives you summaries and feedback, and it's so
and
crazy.
You could even ask it, like, let's say you have 0 reviews, you're just starting your DJ business and you're watching this. You could even ask it, what is a bride and groom's biggest hope, dream, and desire with a wedding DJ? And it'll tell you. You get it, and that, anyway, it's really cool.
It's a really good thought provoker is the best way I put it.
Absolutely. Yes.
It triggers the brain. But
yeah, and I would also, if you're having trouble, this is along the lines of DJ Event Planner. Oh, by the way, I was going to plug DJ Event Planner. That's
plug it.
Another 10x.
Plug it.
So you have your website, you bring it to life with video. Now invest in Erik's goddamn program and automate the shit that you should not be doing. God damn it.
It's funny because I was talking to this dude Ryan earlier, who is a more recent customer of mine, right? I did his DJ Event Planner, and he was messaging me because it took him like 3 years to sign up, right? He finally like bit the bullet. He's like, all right, whatever, I'll invest.
We'll do it.
So he's been using it for a month now, maybe 2 months, and he was like, dude, I can't even. He was like, I'm so fucking stupid. You know what I mean? He was like, it's changed everything immediately, and I was like, dude, I tell people it, I say stuff like that, but it sounds like I'm being a salesman, and it's like, and that makes sense because I want you to give me fucking money, but it is a 10x thing, it's like, it really is. You're right.
So we all need to be better about this, right? So one of the best things that you could possibly do also for your marketing, and one of the big mistakes, is we're not getting enough testimonials. So, and I'm guilty of that too, but realize a lot of DJs have testimonials. So if you could get the next level up of testimonial, like a picture with you and your bride and groom at the end of the night, like that's what I use my command center for. I invite my bride and groom behind the command center. It looks super nice, super professional, communicates I'm a DJ. We take a picture. Now I can grab the review and pair it as an ad with, like a testimonial ad.
Yeah.
But if I could get a video testimonial ad at the end of their wedding, right, and they're not super drunk,
right,
that would be even better. It's hard to do, but I've also seen people do like after event surveys, like video testimonials. And there's a new cool tool out that I've been using for crate hackers called boast.io. You can literally send somebody to this website and it literally gives them the questions, like the survey questions, the testimonial questions that you want them to answer. And they just click a button and it records their video right through this website and then sends it to you. So, you could use that and say, hey, as a I was wondering, I haven't really done this with any brides and grooms yet, but you could do something like, hey, I would love to give you this $25. If you did a video testimonial for me, give them something nice.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. I'll give you a high five. Cyber.
But you, Erik, you need to get video testimonials of all these people saying all these things, and you need to advertise it to people because that's what's going to get them to change their idea that they don't need this, right?
Yeah. It's crazy because like all of our we don't do anything like that. We have no videos. We have no biographies. We have no DJ
so just
pictures.
Imagine when you do that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's funny to think about that. It would change some things, but it's something to think about for sure.
I just think with the rise of AI, the human connection and the human spirit and your personal stories are going to be the most important.
Yeah, like personal. It's like about us. You click it and it's just like a fucking heroin spoon, a lighter cooking a heroin spoon. It's like, whoa. It's like, ooh, I don't know if this is sitting with the audience.
I mean, but isn't it true? Like
it is. Yes, that's why I'm laughing. I used to be a heroin addict.
I've really been thinking about this because I at first I was scared for humanity of AI.
Still slightly.
But now I'm not scared because I know, I know what I'm like. I know as an advertiser, some of the stuff it spits out, it'll be good, but it's not it's not what I'm doing, right? It's not me connecting people with Joe Bunn's story. It's not me connecting people with Aaron Traylor's story, right? Like, I cannot tell you how important this is. You have to build a human connection between that bride and groom and you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's who they're buying, right?
Yeah. My only fear with AI is the people misusing it and telling it to do something that they shouldn't tell it to do. Yeah. Like, hey, go to XYZ bank, find me 7 different bank accounts and steal this amount of money.
You can do that? Huh. Interesting.
That's a real life possibility where AI is going, where that could be a thing that has to. That's why they have to have some rules and regulations around some of the things that this. Because I've noticed it recently in the last couple of weeks now. Some of the prompts that I used to be able to get through, it won't write. It won't. It literally says, "I'm an AI language. I cannot do that."
Thank God. But there's a lot of AI that. It's jailbroken.
I was gonna say that's
because I've been
without,
well that's
no
for
way.
Sure.
It's like right,
but I'm like talking ChatGPT. Like we used to fuck around with it, like when we first started, and like say like the prompt, like make this email, or like I'm trying to get like reply to this email in a threatening way that I want you to like. I don't even know. Like someone pisses you off, be like, threaten to this dude that if he doesn't do X, Y, and Z, I'm gonna get my lawyer involved. And it's like, I'm sorry, I cannot do that. I'm an AI language. I cannot do that anymore.
Thank God, right? Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I mean, dude, they're pushing for a AI pause right now. I don't know how they would do that, but
AI
apparently there's server farms that are the only ones that can do AI. So you would just shut them down, but. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, me and my family, we just had a I brought this up with them because I'm like, these AI scams are going to be crazy, right? And I'm already seeing stuff. I got a call from somebody that sounded like my son's voice, and they said they died, they just got into a terrible car accident, or they're being held hostage, and then I need to wire them money, and it was total bullshit, just an AI voice.
Yeah. I mean, that's terrible, but that's so smart at the same time.
No, seriously.
It is so smart, and it's definitely going to happen to every one of us,
right?
Especially the old people that we know. So I would highly suggest setting up a family password that only I saw that, so that if you get a fake call from somebody,
you're like, Bukkake.
What's the password?
And they're like, it is you.
What's the family password? And then you say blank.
Right. I haven't got to that. I haven't got to that extent yet, but I literally have called like all my grandparents and everything about like, hey, if you get a call that sounds just because my voice is so like if someone wanted to go steal my voice, they could do it in a heartbeat because of how many YouTube videos I got out there.
100%. Yes, Rick, you are definitely at risk.
So, like, I've already talked to, like, all my family members, like, yo, if you get a call and they start talking some shit, just start asking some personal questions about X, Y, and Z, and, like, you'll find out quickly if it's me or not.
Yep. Exactly.
Or just call me.
Yeah, definitely talk to every old person that you know and just tell them, like, what the deal is. Because they still don't understand what the internet is. So imagine AI.
Right. Yeah.
No, seriously, my grandparents don't have internet at their house. Like seriously.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But that being said, I also think, I'm not a doom and gloomer type of person. I think that we'll figure it out. Like, obviously the internet has created tons of terrible shit, but also tons of amazing stuff.
Yeah. Like
I don't see it like world ending. It's just like there will be people that use and abuse this shit, just like the dark web.
100%.
It's gonna happen. It's inevitable, but like it's not gonna end the world.
Like shit, like 2 Girls, 1 Cup, worst thing in the world, right? Literally, everyone knows about it. It's the worst thing ever, but it really brought people together. Like
Wait, what is it? 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
Yeah, look it up. Check it out. Anyways,
brought people together.
The homies daring each other to check it out. Here we are. What? It's probably 20 years later, 15 years later.
All right, Mr. Erik Massengale. Mic drop.
Jeez Louise.
It is.
Did you just look it up?
Yes, I
did. Do not start sharing your screen, please and thank you. All right, we're almost 15 minutes past the hour right now.
Yeah. We'll invite you back sometime.
Absolutely.
Honestly, there were a lot of questions I didn't get to that I wanted to ask, so we'll probably have to invite you back.
I mean, he came with a script. We need to have the script ahead of time.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. We're not done here.
One thing I will tell you, like everybody listening, is you need to become a very good reader. Whether it be Audible or books, you need to read constantly. And I'm gonna I know. Well, no. I said Audible's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But I learned something from a very smart person recently. He does not finish books. He does not finish every book. If you are reading a book and it sucks, just put it down and start reading the next book. I feel like a lot of people get stuck. I'm not a reader because they started this book and they didn't finish it and they don't want to start a new one. No, fuck that book. It's just not your book, dude. When you find the right ones, like, dude, this Dr. Brian Hardy, this is the next one of his that I'm going to read. Or, excuse me, Dr. Benjamin Hardy. And Dan Sullivan.
The Gap in the Game.
Awesome. 10x is easier than 2x. I think just came out recently. So, dude, just give yourself the gift of knowledge, because that is what's going to separate you from the crowd.
Especially in today's
and you need
age.
to be, as a business owner, you need to be as smart as humanly possible.
Right.
Yep.
Competition is very high these days,
and college ain't gonna cut it.
We're not working with low bars anymore.
Definitely ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah.
No, and also another thing that I want to impress upon people is just-in-time learning. Okay, so we just talked about ChatGPT. Got it? You don't know how to use it? Fine. Go watch a YouTube video for 5 minutes and then immediately start using what you just learned. You don't need to take a goddamn 10-hour class to learn something. Learn something and do it. Learn something, do it. Learn something, do it.
That's a trait of certain people. The opposite of that, where you said where like people would like try to master things. The Dr. Y guy talks about that. If you have a master trait in your vein or whatever, basically, if like your how is mastery, that's exactly what you'll do. You won't ever try to tackle anything until you think you've mastered it. Mm-hmm. And that is a deadly sin to have.
Very, very deadly.
So,
especially with technology changing so quickly, there's no way you could master.
Exactly.
Right.
You have
like
to be happy.
TikTok ads. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with TikTok ads. I don't even use TikTok,
Yeah.
But when the time comes to do that, I'm going to start watch a 20-minute video. Okay. We're going to write an ad. It probably is going to be trash, but that's okay. At least I did something. Mm-hmm. Then you iterate, change, right? Anyway. Hopefully this helped somebody.
Yeah.
Anyways, Dom's a master. Dom, where can people? The Book Solid course
of the masters. What's that?
The Book Solid course is still out there, right? People can go.
No. Technically, I shut it down.
Oh,
yeah. No.
But if you reach out to me on like Instagram or something, I'll just give you access to it.
I was about to say I still have it. It's solid.
No, I shut it down because it just.
Because he's about that cash,
gotta get some of these other things
that was not bringing that cash.
Is it dated information at this point?
No,
is the Book Solid stuff like?
No. There's still some good stuff in there. Like everybody, if you want to start running ads, you should put the Facebook pixel on your website, which is basically like a tracking beacon. Google has one, Twitter has one. Like all these ad platforms have these things, right, that you put on your website. That means as soon as somebody goes to your website, you can now show them an ad on Facebook, Instagram, etc. Just start showing them stuff, Like that's the most effective ads you could possibly do as a DJ, a wedding DJ, because people forget about you. Mm-hmm. You're usually the last vendor that they hire, and so if you stay top of mind, you will win.
Or let me 10x you. Go find like 10 people in Upwork, interview them all, and hire the best candidate. That even though it's outside of your budget, hire someone that knows more than you do and is an expert that can take you to 10x levels.
Yeah.
Right. But then take control of your messaging, right? Mm-hmm. Make sure you give that person. This is why a lot of agencies fail, is because you as the business owner are not giving them images to win, videos to win. You have a shitty website, you have a shitty brand, mm-hmm. Right? Like that's going to make any advertiser's job very hard. But if I worked with a guy like Jason Jani or Joe Bunn, my God, they have content up the ass, right? Like I have all these different things that I can work with, these assets. I can tell them, hey, make this video for me, right? And they'll make it. So be able to do that for your business,
Take those 10 people off of Upwork. Take every lead you just have. Buy a boat. Interview the Upwork in front of your leads. There's a 10x.
Dude, Upwork is legit.
Upwork is. I'm working on. Yeah, there's
All right,
I've hired quite a
wrap
few
this
people.
shit up. It's fucking
All right,
20
fine.
minutes
I'll
after.
wrap this shit up.
Damn,
We're having a
Rick.
great time here. Dom has to come back for another round. We'll let you guys know when that's going to be. Where can people find you, Dom? Facebook, Instagram, where?
Yeah, Facebook, Dominick Pirone. Instagram at Break the Damn Internet.
That's pretty easy to find. Break the Damn Internet on Instagram.
Oh, and I wanted to tell you, can I promote something? Shane?
Yeah, promote
Absolutely.
something.
Promote your shit. Is this the necklace?
That's one of the things I was going to ask you about.
I'm such a freaking idiot. So this is a new promotion that we're doing.
Oh, I've heard of. I've seen
Look at
this.
how prepared I am.
I've
but
seen
basically,
ads.
we're selling this new necklace. So this will come on
I've seen ads.
a gold chain, and it's basically an aux adapter necklace. So this connects to your, the gold chain, and then you can actually use this thing in a pinch, and it works, it's workable, and you can have it on your.
Are we talking real gold or plated gold?
Plated gold, dude.
Jesus Christ, Rick. Jesus Christ.
We'll get up to like real gold someday.
Yeah.
What if I wanted real gold? Can I
Chinese
get real gold?
To be honest with you, it's Chinese gold.
Nice.
If I wanted real gold, can I get it?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I want real gold.
There should be an option on the
it'll-
website for real gold. Just add $2,000 to it.
I know, exactly. No, we'll work up to that. We're just like,
That is the
here's,
DJ
another
of DJ
lesson
necklaces.
of marketing
though.
is sell it and make sure you can sell it before you actually make it. So we did pre-sales of these necklaces before we made them in China, and then now we're selling them, and it's going pretty good. But we're actually, if you go to cratehackers.com/necklace, you can get a free one of these when you sign up for a Crate Hackers subscription. Or if you're a Crate Hackers member, there's a button that says I'm a member, and you just cover shipping and handling. We send you a free necklace. But this is a new project that we're doing, is like functional DJ jewelry. We're actually going to make like a USB bracelet and maybe like a USB necklace. Just having fun.
Cool.
Sell some physical stuff. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. So if you guys are on a listening platform right now, Spotify, whatever, make sure you head over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Even if you don't watch the actual video portion of the podcast, we would greatly appreciate it if you keep increasing that subscription quantity. I know we're over 1,010 now, so keep it going, keep it going. And then if you guys are on YouTube and you want to listen to this in the car or whatnot, we're on Spotify, Apple Music, literally every single streaming source you can find it. It is out there for you guys to listen to. If you're on YouTube, comment, like the video, all that good stuff. Any last messages?
Nothing.
He's bad at the outros. But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Once again, we will see you guys next week with Brandon Havarella. I can't remember how to. Red Max Entertainment, going to talk about how he's a fucking serial entrepreneur making millions of dollars probably. Anyways, peace out.
Goodbye.
Oh, wait.